So in one of my last videos, I talked to you a little bit about Jensen Beach and why we absolutely love it here. And I know you were probably thinking to yourself, well, Chris, that's great. I'm thinking about moving there. I'd like to move there, but I want to know a little bit about the neighborhoods. Well, here you go. So in this video, I'm going to show you a few of my favorite neighborhoods right here in Jensen, kind of give you the backstory and show you around a little bit. So hop on in. Here we go. Now, located right off Jensen Beach Boulevard is a neighborhood called the Pines, which is where I am right now. And let me tell you something, this is one of the best neighborhoods that we have here in Jensen Beach. So construction here in the Pines ended in about 1998 with the front portion being completed by then. But D.R. Horton ended up buying some property in the back of the Pines, and they just completed a new build in 2015. Now, the size of the homes here in the Pines range anywhere from 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage, and a little over 1,350 square feet, all the way up to 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, and around 4,000 square feet. Home prices in here vary anywhere between the low 4s and, upper 5s as of the time of the shooting. Now, one of the really cool things about the Pines here is that located right in between the two communities of the Pines and Windermere, there's this little park area that's perfect for the kids to come out here and play basketball or ride on a slide. There's no cars that come through here, so it's a really, really reassuring way for you parents out there that your kids can come down here to the park and don't have to worry about, cars coming by. It's just a really, really, really cool amenity that we have here at the Pines. One of the main things that we have here is that a lot of the homes here have pools, and a lot of the homes here have what's called a premier lot, which is they're built on a preserve or they're built on one of these retention ponds or these lakes that we have here. Now, HOA fees here in the Pines are extremely low. They're only about $68, but you don't get much with it either. So a lot of the HOA covers mostly it's just the ground maintenance in the main areas, the common areas, kind of like this area that I'm seeing that you have right here, as well as with these retention ponds. That's how the residents here get their water for their sprinkler systems, and the HOA covers that as well. Now, one of the biggest benefits that people have living here is the fact that it's proximity to everything. There's literally 3 Publixes all within 3 miles. Publix are the grocery stores here, by the way, if you didn't know that. There's a Target close by, there's a CarMax. Right on the other side of US 1 is the Treasure Coast Square Mall, which is a full functioning mall, with Dillard's and JCPenney's, as well as movie theaters. Home Depot is literally about 3 minutes away. Lowe's is about 5 minutes away. There are all types of shopping and dining literally within, 7-minute drive, which makes it so incredibly convenient to live here. Now, for you parents here, the school systems here are amazing too. They're all A-rated schools. So if you have elementary school kids, it is zoned for Felix A. Williams. If you have middle schoolers, it is zoned for Stewart Middle School. And then if you have high schoolers, it is zoned for Jensen Beach High School. And I'll put links and descriptions to the school reports and so forth down in the description below. Now, one of the cool things about being in Jensen Beach High School is the fact that literally it's in walking distance. So there's so many students, that ride their bikes or they walk to school without having to worry about public transportation. And it's just another great thing about the Pines. So now that we learned a little bit more about the Pines here in Jensen Beach, put on your seatbelt, and now we're gonna go to Jensen Beach Country Club. Welcome to Jensen Beach Country Club. One of the things that makes Jensen Beach Country Club so incredibly desirable to live here is the fact that it's a gated community. You have fantastic homes in a great community, world-class golf course, and amenities here for everybody. Whether you're a retiree or just starting a family, this place has something for everybody. Now, all the homes that you see in here were built by Rennar Builders, which is a fantastic builder that's been around for a very long time. Now, some of the homes in here range in size from 2-bed, 2-bath villas all the way up to 2-story single-family homes. Now, a lot of the things in here, once again, they have really, really prestigious lots. Some of them are on preserves. Some of them have golf course views. Some of them are on the lake. It's just an amazing, amazing community. Now, as of the time of this shooting, the HOA fees were $260 to $295 a month. And the fees include the cable, common areas, grounds, plants. All of your lawn care is taken care of here. So you don't have to worry about mowing your lawn or doing anything like that, the HOA takes care of all that as well. Recreational facility and 24-hour gated man community. Now, one of the huge big allures of living here is the fact that it is close to the beaches. You know, we're only about 2 miles away from the beach, and it is a championship 18-hole golf course. Now, I am here in the fairway at the par 4 380-yard number 2 hole here at Eagle Marsh Golf Course, or Jensen Beach Country Club. Now, this is an 18-hole championship golf course that was designed by Tom Fazio. It's a little over 6,900 yards, and it's got a slope of 74. One of the things that makes this place so incredible is the fact that the greens and the fairways are always year-round. They are manicured to perfection. I mean, it really is a fun golf course to play. Now, let me tell you something. Me being a hack, there is an awful lot of water that is here, and every single time I play, it is inevitable that I'm probably going to lose about 5 to 6 balls. So you got to keep it straight here, but it is a fantastic golf course and a fun golf course to play. So there you have it. There's a little bit about Jensen Beach Country Club, and as you can see, it's such an amazing place, and you can see why a lot of people love to live here. We're going to go to one of the newer builds out here in Jensen Beach, and it's another gated community, and it's called The Falls. So now we're heading right over US 1. We're heading to a community out here called The Falls, and this is one of the newer communities out here. And it's a gated community, and it's absolutely beautiful. You'll see when we get there. But an interesting little story about the falls is that my wife and I, when we moved here years ago, we actually almost bought in here. You know, we actually went in here when they were doing all their construction, they were doing all their building, but we fell in love with a different neighborhood that was a little bit more established. But the falls are absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait to show it to you. So hang tight, here we go. Here I am in one of the many cul-de-sacs that we have here in the falls, and let me tell you something, the homes here are absolutely beautiful, and there's such reassurance if you have children, you know, that you have these cul-de-sacs that you can play on where not a lot of traffic goes by. So speaking of kids, you know, the school districts here, so for elementary school, you're zoned for Jensen Beach Elementary. For middle school, you're zoned for Stewart Middle School. And then for high school, the high school is just down the way at Jensen Beach High School. And it's just a really, really family-friendly neighborhood that they have here, right here in Jensen Beach. Shopping is close by, dinners are close by, the mall is literally just right there. So it's just a wonderful area that's centrally located to so many amenities that we have here in Jensen Beach. Construction here in the falls began in 2006, and now all 130 lots are completed, with the latest being completed in 2015. Now, there are no homes available left from the builder. However, resale homes are starting to hit the market at a fairly reasonable rate and happens quite often. Home sizes here in the falls range in size from 4 beds and 3 baths and a little bit over 2,200 square feet of living area, all the way up to 5 bedrooms, 4 bath homes with just a little bit under 4,500 square feet. Now, home style ranges anywhere from the single-story ranch style to these 2-story beautiful monstrosities, and many of them in here have pools. One other thing, since this is a newer community, all the house meets, you know, the latest building codes for hurricane and wind protection, and most of the homes in here, since it was completed later, they have updated kitchens with granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, and all that good stuff. As you can see here, the falls is absolutely beautiful. I mean, this is one of my favorite neighborhoods that we have out here in Jensen. Now, as of this filming, HOA fees were $233 per month, and that includes things like the security gate that you saw when you came in, basic cable, security for your house, and then all of your lawn maintenance is taken care of. There's no community pool here, and there's no clubhouse, which is one of the reasons why the HOA fee or the homeowners association fees are relatively inexpensive. And it's another reason why the majority of the homes here in the falls have pools. Now, this was just a little sample of the falls. Now I want to take you to something else. This is a newer build. Now I want to take you to a place called Pinecrest Lakes, which is still in Jensen, and it's a little bit older a community and completely different than what you just saw here. So hang tight, let's go see Pinecrest Lakes. Now I'm here in Pinecrest Lakes at the Pinecrest Lakes Park here, and it's just an amazing thing. Now the Pinecrest Lakes, as you can see, already has just its own different feel, and it was built in the 70s and 80s, and this was built back when Martin County commissioners were extremely stringent, and they were notorious about having new builders come in here. So it's got this own real distinctive feel, and you can see just by where I am, it almost looks like a campground with all these pine trees. And the cool thing is, there's a lot of people that love this, is the fact that the smallest lot in here is in half an acre, and the majority of the homes in here are on 1 to 2 acres. And one of the things that makes this place so incredibly appealing is the fact that they are so big that your neighbors aren't right next door to you, that you do have some space to spread out. And not every home in here is the same. You know, there are very, very distinct homes. Some are just these huge, massive homes that have been built, and others are these smaller ones. So it's not like the quote-unquote cookie cutter that you might see in like the falls that we just left, for example, where there's, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9 different models that you can choose from and build, but the community has that kind of cohesive feel. Here in Pinecrest Lakes, there's no real kind of community feel to it, but it's such an amazing, cool place, and it literally is 5 minutes from where we just were. One of the main things that people love about this community is the fact that, you know, it's been established. You know, there's pros and cons. It was built in the 70s or the 80s, so the homes are definitely a little bit older, but you have this mature landscaping and these mature, huge oak trees that almost make these canopies, you know, over the roads, and all the yards have these just massive, massive, beautiful, beautiful trees. You know, sometimes you go to a new development and it's like, you know, they have these small little trees, and you're like, oh my gosh, that community is going to be really good in like 20, 25 years. It's going to be beautiful in like 20, 25 years. Here at Pinecrest Lakes, I mean, it's a gorgeous neighborhood. I mean, all these big, beautiful landscape trees and everything just makes this so incredibly appealing for people because it is so incredibly different. Here in Pinecrest, you're going to have 1 of 2 homes typically. Now, like I mentioned, they were built in the 70s and 80s, and some of the homes in here you're going to see that they're dated, that they have a lot of updates that need to be taken care of. So that's a main thing. The second type of home in here is knowing that it was built in the 70s and the 80s, that within the last 5, 6, 7 years they've updated it. They've completely gutted it, and you know, now they have all the updated kitchens and, you know, hurricane-proof windows and all the different things that you would expect in a newer home. So that's typically what you're going to find here in Pinecrest Lakes. Now, the majority of the homes in here are very, very expensive. They're anywhere between $450,000, and I've seen them all the way up to about $900,000. And a lot of times what you're purchasing is the land. I mean, these homes, like I said, are the smallest is a half an acre, and the majority of them are on 1 to 2 acres. So it's got this great appeal that you can spread out, that you're not right on top of your neighbors. HOA fees in here are $62 a month, which is extremely reasonable, and you get an awful lot for what those $62 covers. There is a park, which I showed you, with a playground on there. There is some tennis courts. There's quite a bit that you get that gets maintained by the HOA for that $62 a month. And they take care of both entrances. The one that I'm going to right now, right off of Jensen Beach Boulevard, and the one back there that you have over off of Savannah Road. They take care of all the common areas, the grass, and the maintenance of those areas. So HOA fee is $62 a month. You can't really beat that considering all the stuff that you get with it. For you parents out there that have kids, the school system's out here. For your elementary school, it's Jensen Beach Elementary School, and the cool thing is, it's literally not too far. It's about a mile and a half that way. Middle schoolers, it's Stewart Middle School, and then for you high schoolers, it's once again Jensen Beach High School. But this is another fantastic community out here in Jensen Beach that we just absolutely love because it's so incredibly unique and just a really cool neighborhood. So there you have it, you guys. That's a little sample of some of the neighborhoods that we have here in Jensen Beach. And as you guys can see, this is one of the main reasons why I absolutely love living here, is because the neighborhoods here are so incredibly fantastic. As always, my name is Chris Thiel. I'm a local real estate agent out here. So if you're looking to buy, sell, or retire, move to my area, I would be honored to be able to help you. My contact information is in the description below. And as always, have a great day, and I will see you on the next one. Boom.